There we are. Welcome to our live stream from a beautiful and sunny Antwerp. It's so lovely to see you all here for the last day of our Liberate Data week. Fair Data Society and Swarm came together to create this lovely week where we had tons of presentations, discussions, and of course, teams have been building on or hacking on very nice prototypes and apps. The first part of this day, we will have demos by the teams or like the people that have been working all week on their projects. We will start with MDB, which is a brilliant name, MDB DFS by Mirko. After that, Tadej will show us his FairOS UI front end. We will have a media downloader and attachments on tablets platform. Dimitri, I already saw this yesterday. This is, I think, a really, really interesting little thing. I think it's Pete Nicholas who will present Pastebee, and then Zahor will present OpenStreetMaps visualization. Awesome to see this in a visualization because Zahor managed to actually upload OpenStreetMaps to Swarm and make it even work. After that, this will be around 16:45 Central European time. We will present to you the jury members and have a little chat with them. So I'm looking forward to that also very much because it's been so long that I've seen all these people due to Corona and no events in real life. So at least we'll meet each other here. Yeah, to start off, I would like to invite Mirko. Bienvenuto, Mirko. Are you there?
Yeah. Hi, Michelle.
Hey.
Thank you.
How was your week?
I'm here.
How was your?
Very, very busy. I lived out on the code this week.
You on the code?
Has been a funny event.
Yes. What did you find funny about it?
Yeah.
What was your like?
Because excuse me.
Please go ahead.
Okay. I've encountered some issues, but to try to solve them is an occasion to learn a lot of things. So, for example, manipulation of OpenAPI has been an interesting topic this week.
Yes, isn't it? So, Mirko, I will no longer, waste your time basically with asking weird questions. I know you are here to present your project to the jury, so I'll mute myself and please go ahead. I think you have 5 minutes, but we aren't really strict within the Swarm jury, so just take your time.
I will try to be quick. So, my project is a tool for synchronize MongoDB instance replica set with DFS framework, and this for the idea to public the also bear closed data in a transparent way, and maybe consume them directly from dApps, querying into DFS. So I realized the infrastructure with Docker. So we have a Swarm running. We have DFS instance, another DFS for the console, and a replica set of Mongo running with 3 nodes. The system is already running. So, okay, it's already running. I created 2 applications, one for the demo and one is the tool. The demo is able to insert or delete data from the Mongo instance. Here we can see this is a database explorer. We can look inside the Mongo and is able to count documents in Mongo and DFS. So we can verify how the synchronization is doing. And we can see. So I started the demo. There is a little splash. Okay. Now it is connected with the DFS and Mongo instance. So we can here we have a console. We can insert, delete, or print status. With status, it creates the first time also an account because it's a clear instance of DFS. So it created an instance, and we can see that there is no collections or databases. The syncing is performed one database, Mongo database with one pod on DFS, and inside of the Mongo database, each collection is mapped to that document DB into the pod. So we can try to insert, for example, 5 documents into a collection called, for example, cats. At this point, if you print the status, we can see that we have a collection with 5, but nothing in the DFS because the tool is not running. We can see here we have a collection of cats with 5 random documents created for the occasion. At this point, we can try to start the tool. The tool, start instance. The tool at first verified the synchronization status. It find a user so logged in, no plog found, so there is no previous synchronization. Okay, so start from scratch. It can be a bit slow because I have the B node still synchronization. Under synchronization, verify. Oh, okay. This is the B node running. Is a bit slow responding. Okay. It's creating the document DB. And now it's starting to insert documents. Here we can also print the status. We can see that as a document inserted. I'm sorry that it is a bit slow because it's still syncing with the net. So I have the system under heavy load in this moment. Is inserting cats. We can also try to insert one dog. It will process it. Let's see it terminate. Instead, see the dog has been created. Okay. Now, first 5 cats that represented a previous state of the database has been created. Now it started to process all in progress updates. So it creates the docs document DB. We can see with the console of DFS in the meantime. Open DB test. Okay. LS. No, doc LS. Okay. Here we can see the documentation. We can also delete, for example, one cat. Now it will process the request. And it's a bit slow, I'm sorry. What is interesting? Okay, remove the cat. What is interesting? We can see, for example, doc open cats. Okay, doc count cats. We have 4 cats. It's correct. With status, we can see they are synced. We have 4 cats and 1 dog in bath. If we stop the tool, we can, for example, insert 2 dogs. Insert 2 dogs. Obviously, this will not sync it now because the synchronization tool is closed. But when we will open again the tool, it can see how the synchronization was the last uplog processed, so it can start again from this point. Okay, so the last applied operation was this, and now it created a document to be docs because it was the new instruction given. And start to process the OP logs and return to be synchronized with the original Mongo instance. And this is, I'm sorry for the speed. Probably there is some issue with my connection, but this is, and One more dog. Yeah, correct. It's synced. So this was the demo. I hope to be quick on presentation, and thank you.
Thank you so much, Mirko. Normally you would get like an applause from the audience, but there is no real audience. So, but I think everybody is like applauding in their own homes.
Thank you.
So the jury has been watching this. Like after the demos, we will present the jury, but now we're gonna keep them still anonymous because otherwise people will try to influence the jury. So the first question is, how do you ensure consistency between different MongoDB clients?
Okay. I'm using the same protocol that keeps synchronized different Mongo replica nodes. So each, I share the screen again. Each node has an OP log record that is represent an history of last hand operation performed on the replica set, and this stream is called change stream. I can watch this, and I'm bufferizing it, process the buffer continuously. So in its time, I can query from a point next and see what operation has been performed, and this keep consistent the data set.
Okay, cool. One more question. Are you using the doc store in FairOS?
Yes, correct. I'm using the doc store, and I'm only using the ID index, but in future, especially in the case of data consumed directly by devices for services, is definitely useful to use also other indexes.
Okay, another question. The questions keep coming. This is a good thing. Yeah? I think you
Yeah,
seem
perfect.
inspiring a
I
lot
like
of
it.
people with this. So one of the questions is like, can you just basically migrate an existing MongoDB with this tool to Swarm?
Yeah, absolutely. At now, MongoDB is an evolved system, but tomorrow, when FairOS will be more usable in production, we could be also used directly FairOS DFS. Why not? We internally have developed some tools for Mongo in Ethereum, but this is another topic. We could maybe port these tools also on DFS, no problem.
That's awesome, Mirko. I think these are all the questions we have for now.
Thank you.
So maybe quickly say, if you say we are developing tools, maybe you can explain a little bit who is this we and where can people find you and the things you're building.
Okay. Excuse me. Can you repeat
Yes. So
who
basically,
it is?
what is the main project you're working on, and where can people find more information on that?
Okay. We are Eterna. Eterna will be a video service platform based on Swarm, and we will load every video content on Swarm and replicate our indexes with this system. So we will directly use in our system this tool that I have developed for the hackathon. And we believe a lot in this project and in Swarm. We love it.
And we love your project, Mirko. Thank you so very much for your demo and also for
Thank you.
everything you're doing for Swarm or on top of Swarm. I'm looking very much forward to seeing your video community come to life. We definitely need it, because then we can upload our videos not to YouTube but to Eterna, and don't have like copyright claims if we use like good music and the intros. Mirko, thank you so very much. I will see you tonight.
Thank you. Yeah, of sure. Thank you.
Yes. Next up, we have Today. Today is gonna show us a FairOS UI web front end. Today, are you there?
I'm here.
And you look very awake and refreshed to do this demo. So I'm happy for that. Today, what was your most fun moment during this hackathon week?
Well, I really enjoy it a lot, even though I would rather be hanging with you guys somewhere, but yeah, I think that this is progressing so fast and so many things are happening. I'm just like impressed more and more and more and more. So I enjoy it a lot.
It is. I have the same thing. It's maybe it is because we're all at home and we can't do anything like going to conferences or even restaurants, that we are working more than usually. I don't know, but it feels like time is going faster than ever, and the evolution of what we're doing is also going faster. So today I'll now shut up and let you do your demo. For the jury, I will come back to you probably with some questions from these people.
Okay. So, based on what the hood with FairOS did, the CLI interface and stuff like that, I decided that maybe I should try to build some kind of a web user interface for all the functions that it offers, right? So I did a small thing called Conan FairOS, which is the idea was, it came as a PHP myadmin, right? So you have like a tools that enable you to easily do stuff with the data in your database or whatever. So you can choose the gateways where you want to work this. You can connect to the local node or just connect to some of the gateways, and you have like options for user to sign in. You can create a new user, right, to get a new mnemonic, and then you can import if you type your mnemonic. So you can like move your account around, right? I have this already typed in. I'll just log in, and then I can see all my pods, which are like listed here. I have this one on pods. Now it's opened, and I get all the files. I can drop the files. I can delete the files from the pod. I can share the pod or add a shared pod. For example, this one, the OpenStreetMaps from the hood is here shared. I could go inside and see it. I did for a test. I did a token list from the Sushi Swap. So how actually I did this? So the token list is actually being pulled from okay, I'll check this out. It's being pulled from the GitHub directly. So the idea is that you have some tables which can be, let's say, standardized. And in this table, I have two fields, and one is the info, what it is about in this pod, and the other one is the file where it contains. This is just like an example, right? So this pod basically contains this curated token list, and then you can share it to others and stuff like that, right? So if I jump too soon, right, so we have now pods, we have shared pods, we have all kinds of pods. And then we have like tables, right, into which we can write the key value stores. Anything, anyone, whatever you want, right? Or you can import a CSV, put some, so A can be something A. And basically you add key by key, key value by key value, right? And then you can seek through it and then get the values out. This could be useful, you know, to store application data, for example, settings, app settings, or, you know, like values that you know that exist because you have either you have to know by the key, or you have to seek through them to get all the keys. But very useful. Think of it as maybe like a local storage in a browser. You have it in a pod or something like that. And then the third really important kind of a part of all this is basically our docs. The docs are like a document data tables, and you can create a new doc, and you can say which indices they want. So now, for example, doc 1, I have only ID, this will be included. In here, I have a name and I have some tags, and then you can add the data into it. And I also made some like samples. So for example, how to add a data from OpenStreetMaps, or the medical example, where you can just like enter the medical condition. This was taken from the schema.org. Right. So if this would be like a nice user interface, you wouldn't type here, but you would type like in a nice form, right? But it's just a sample how this can be inserted into it. And maybe the last sample that could be done really quickly is actually sharing the calendar events. Again, this schema is taken from the calendar API. So you put it inside, right? You put it inside, and then you just like share your calendar with people that you want to share, right? And they can see all the events that you put inside this document store, right? Yeah, basically you can have a shared calendar really easily. And I can write and I can change events and stuff like that. And everybody that shared this calendar would actually see it. So yeah, that's one more thing. What is actually quite they have this option here. So basically, I can call some data endpoint, right? So this is like a simple get, and I get the data for all AIDs here where I live. They're in one line, but basically I can store all this data from the URL inside the document quite easily. Yeah, I think that somehow concludes the presentation of this short project.
That's wonderful today, and it's even more amazing that you did all this like in a couple of days. It's quite fast. There's like 2 questions, or maybe more. Some jury member is not really asking a question, but just making like remarks. So the first question I had actually, you said like I'm pulling something directly from GitHub into the your UX there. How do you do that?
Oh yeah, so so this is how I did it, right? I fetch it from the
So it's not an automated like recurring.
No, but it could be, it could be automated, because the thing is you pull it and you push it in, right? So if you do like a cron job or whatever, right, a timer, you could do all this all the time.
Yes, wonderful. Another question from a jury member is, what kind of user do you expect to use this tool?
Well, first of all, the tool is meant more as think of it as like administration, right? In this form that now exists.
Yeah, so for an administrator.
From my perspective, this project is useful if you want to start, I don't know, maybe do the calendar app or whatever, right? This is a good starting project because you take only those parts that you need and you just like delete everything else. You know? And I think that this could be useful for a lot of people because as I said, you can use the key value stores for the settings for the app. You open a pod for a user. Basically, user opens the pod, right? The app just has the rights to actually write into it. So you have the settings inside. You put the data inside, and then if the user decides to share it, you can share it.
What? So if you share a bot, what do you know? What exactly happens?
Basically, you get its address, right, and you get like a right to access it, right? But you cannot write into it.
That basically, yeah, that was sort of my question, actually. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, this could be solvable if you would include the information of how to write into the pod inside the pod itself, right? Similar how the application can store, or maybe put it in a file or something, or has a special folder where you can say you can read. If you read this folder, you will get the information how to write inside this pod, which basically means you share the access rights to it.
Okay, maybe some feedback already. A jury member who wishes to remain anonymous is already enthusiastically shouting, "This is gonna liberate data," or "This is like a tool to liberate data." So yay! I am not interpreting it emotionally correctly, but he's like really happy about it. So Tadej, thank you so very much. I will see you tonight after the jury deliberation, and yeah, we'll see each other soon. Thank you, Tadej.
Cool. Thank you. Bye.
So next up, so if you have any questions, oh, Dimitri is asking, friends, yes, we are all friends here. Friends, what is the name of the project, the video platform on Swarm of the first presenter? That was Eterna. And you can find that, if I remember correctly, that's eterna.io. But I'm sure Mirko will we'll send you the answer today. If you could stop screen sharing.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Yeah, Mirko is back. Yeah. Chaotic, yeah, fun. Yes, please, Mirko, say it.
Yeah, no, it's correct.
Awesome. Thank you so much. See you later, Mirko. Okay, so
Thank you.
you're welcome. The next project, Hackathon project, is a media downloader and attachments on dApps platform. As I said, I've seen this before. I really like it. Dimitri and Alexander, please show yourself, your screen, and give us a exciting demo, please. Dimitri, you are muted, or maybe Gasper muted you. In which case, I'm asking Gasper to unmute. Yes.
Yes. Can you see me?
Yes. Perfect.
Perfect. So I thought I would have only a few minutes. So hey, Alex.
Hi.
So I present a small video we have recorded. It definitely works, and then we'll show it's live. Just to take so small time frame as possible. So then I start the video. So what we do here, we just select some YouTube.
I think we're supposed to see your screen and the video, but
sorry. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Thanks. I have to share the screen first. Thank you. Share the screen.
Yes. Now I'm starting.
Does it work?
Now I see your screen. Yes. Go ahead.
So this is a video presentation, and then if we have time, we just present it live. So what we do here, we go to the YouTube video platform. So does it work? So running. Yeah. So we selected some of video. We like this video. This Russian cyberpunk farm. It's very funny one. So please see it. So we switch on our Swarm downloader. It's a last version. Swarm download is last version from today. And then a button upload to Swarm appears, and you able to download your video to the Swarm in the first step, and the video becomes available in Swarm. As it gets downloaded, and then it gets uploaded, and somewhere you will get a hash, just a little bit. So then it gets registered in smart contract adjuster registry from YouTube ID to Swarm hash. So, and then it's available on Swarm, it's get registered, and if you click on it, you see that this video is uploaded. So, at the first step, the video becomes available, and if you click, you see it in the Swarm. So, but the next is very interesting thing. We can inject our search result. If you search, I make it stop. So what we see here, a YouTube user makes a search for a video on YouTube platform. I have to point it out. The user makes a search on the YouTube platform. What we do, we intercept the search request, and we make a search in the Swarm and inject the results of the video we have in Swarm into the search result of the video of a YouTube. Sorry. So the first result is available. We just call it FairTube. It could be Etern as well if they provide us the search results, and we just inject them into the search result search list of the YouTube. So essentially, once more, the idea of the dApps is to break the monopoly of the platform over the user attention, and now we do it. The user would like to see the videos but not only from YouTube, but essentially from any connected video platform like YouTube. And YouTube have no ability to stop us. So just make it. So, and this is the injected result. And if you click on it, yeah, you go to the Swarm, not to YouTube. So this is a funny part we can do. We have mocked the backend. I have say it honestly. There is some technical limitation in FairOS that is not currently implemented. But if we go to the Twitter, we can also attach this videos available to on Swarm to any tweet. It's already written tweet. It's immutable, but we can attach some videos or some other content to it. It's registered in Ethereum because we need some concurrent write ability that is not provided by FairOS currently. And the attachment goes from Swarm. Yeah, that is. So that is what we can do. And there are a lot of possibilities available from with our dApps platform. And the idea of dApps platform is to merge the user experience provided by many providers. It's here you can switch off this applet, and this attachment it just disappears. So this is the video, and let's see. I hope it works seamlessly. Like I have to switch the video. without switching anything off of anything else. So now it's a live demo. So just visit the video. Come. Video order. So I should have better connection. So I switch on the doublet. It's every doublet, any module is stored on Swarm. Or yeah, it's the idea of the doublet platform. So upload it to Swarm. Want to demonstrate it once more. Just a moment. The connection is a little bit unstable. Okay, probably I have to reload it once more. Okay, just a moment. So, button. Alex. Oh,
Oh,
oh yeah. Maybe it's for you. I'm unsure about my my YouTube connection.
it looks like your internet connection is slow. Your screen sharing is freezing now.
Yeah, yes. Yes. That's about connection. It's very bad currently. Maybe you can show it. Maybe it works in your browser. Alex?
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, it just takes so long time. So now it works.
I can try to share.
Done. So no, it's yeah, it's now it works. It's dumb bad connection. So it's how it works. And yeah, okay, guys. Probably that's why we have recorded the video, because it can take time to download and upload. Probably it will. Yeah, it should work. It just takes time. So it's downloading, uploading.
It's dangerous to download something when you're speaking in Zoom. Because
yeah, exactly. Essentially, it goes everything locally. So, but I just explained about something about the dApps platform. Once more, the idea of the dApps platform is to decentralize user experience. It means if YouTube has a monopoly over your user experience on the YouTube platform, we think it doesn't end well. It should be. We should challenge it, and we inject the user experience from other platforms like Swarms into the YouTube in order to break the monopoly of YouTube. So we make decentralization on another level. And that's why it's, I suppose it's a great, dApps is a great vehicle for Swarm for propagation for user adoption. So we should wait for Swarm hash. It does take time. Anyway, it's publicly available. So if you install the dApplet extension, you should install it in developer mode currently. And then you can just open this extension, this icon. You can just open it on YouTube and you will see it should work. Yeah, okay. It's uploaded, then you register it in registry. It does take time. So, and it's some times after that it gets available on Swarm. Yeah. So yeah, it's available. You can attach it, but the most important result is what should I search? Russian cyberpunk farm. Is it this search? Yeah, and this result is injected. It does come not from YouTube, but it does come from the dApplet, and essentially it can come from a Cerna or from another video service. And essentially, we broke up the monopoly of the YouTube over the user experience. This is a very core purpose of the dApplet platform. So there's possibility to attach to Twitter, but I suppose we are already too late. Okay, so I suppose it's already done. So, an attachment. I need. You see, Alexander has developed a newer version where we have a version control over dApplet, so I have to switch off, switch on, and I have the newer version of it. So it does take time with this connection. Oh, I have a possibility to attach something here.
There is another model.
Oh, this is
a Swarm attachment and media attachment. You should activate a model with hexagons.
damn, you are correct. It's a version from yesterday. Thank you, Alex. So should I select it just? Yeah, I see the attachments. No, it does take time.
Oh, it's old version.
Should it work? It's an old version now. Okay, but nonetheless, it's how it works. And it
Refresh.
should work here. Yeah, this is the attachment here. We have one attachment here. I have made. Yeah, that's probably the just old version of, well, okay. That is essentially, this is our presentation, and this is the doublet platform. Yeah, and I suppose we should copyright.
Sorry, I was already giving you like a glass.
Should I mute myself?
Well,
and give you the mic back?
I would like to ask some questions, but maybe you should kill your B node or like any swarm connection, because it will definitely improve the network connection, I think. But so if you can stop screen sharing and just be in the call, then
yes, I will do it. Yes, I will do it.
Awesome. Oh my God, this is so chaotic. I'm trying to find the questions the jury has, but like in the background, they are, you are stirring up quite some questions, and with this, the first one is: can anyone has write access to the YouTube registry? So can someone sort of pollute the data set? Can someone just insert like wrong YouTube things?
Sorry, I was busy to switching up, switching off my record sharing. Could you please repeat the question? I'm very sorry.
Of course, Dimitri, no problem.
What was the question?
The first question of the jury is, can anyone write to this YouTube registry?
No, it's everything on the client side. Everything what happens is on the client side. It's very important because from the legal side of the view currently, as far as I know, anything what occurs on the client side or on and desired by the user is his personal thing. It's like if your child painting in the book. So the book publisher has no right to stop the child painting in the book. And that's why nobody has the right currently in current law to stop the user, to extend the user experience. So probably I imagine that YouTube wouldn't like to extending the search results, but essentially just because the user does, it's something like you buy something and improve it. You buy a book and paint something in the book. It's your right to do it.
Yes, awesome. That's a really nice comparison.
That's why we do.
So the question then is.
But that's.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. The connection is bad, so I just have to interrupt you. When you showed the MetaMask pop-up, right? You were signing something. What were you signing at that moment?
The problem is that we assume there are many storing attachments, and then in their ports. And then if we would like to search through all the ports, make publicly available. So we need some super port, some root port, some home port for this application, for this DApp, where all these personal ports are registered. And it means we need a concurrent write access to this port. And we don't have it currently, as far as I know. So we need some kind of registry. And as far as I know, as I understood, not currently available in FairOS. And it can be made. It will be great if it becomes available. Then we can do everything in Swarm. We don't need this registry on Ethereum.
Yes, I'm
What
looking.
we need is a
Yes.
So what we need is a registry. Oh, sorry.
No, please go ahead. What we need is
what we need is a what we need is a registry available to with right access from many parts, many users writing simultaneously in it. We don't need the order. It's important. We don't need the order in the registry, but it should be key value store available to write for many users.
So do you have an idea on how to, which dApplets should I trust? Because when I enable like then it might steal, my I don't know, funds when I'm on a crypto exchange or anything. So how will you make sure that nobody puts in like a dApplet that I can't trust?
I suppose I haven't understood your question correctly.
So I saw a list of modules you can enable. So I guess people can add their own sort of dApplets to the plugin. How are you making sure that I don't have a malicious dApplet in there that will steal my keys?
Okay. Yes, it's a very interesting, important question. So I should explain the security concept of dApplets for it. We are completely permissionless. It means anybody is able to create a dApplet anonymously and upload it and make it available. So, but then there is another role, the role of auditors, who I would say certify or state this particular dApplet is okay and works in particular contexts, like in YouTube. The initial auditor is the developer himself. And then you, Michelle, could just have a look, or this applet is okay. Also, I can just show you the code for some applets is very teeny. It's 100 lines of code, for example, for the button inserting. Everything else is just inside the platform. And then you state this dApplet is okay, is valid, and anyone else could trust you or can trust anything else, anyone else. No? And then we have a bunch of lists, a bunch of stores, and a bunch of auditors, and you can select which auditor is trusted for you, no? And you can follow him. We have ideas of crypto economics around it. So if that is broken, then the auditor gets punished as well.
Yeah.
So it's how it should work essentially.
Awesome.
So yeah,
Okay.
but it's completely permission, and it's simple to verify.
All right, we'll just sprinkle a little bit of crypto economics on top of it, which is always a nice idea. Thank you so much, Dimitri, and I look forward to seeing you again tonight for the closing event. Also, I think Alexander, yes, right? Alexander, thank you so much also for your work this week. It was lovely to have you guys in the Hackathon week, and we'll see each other tonight for the closing event, I hope.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
So, dear people, so Dimitri, if you could, yes, thank you, disable your webcam, awesome. We are, of course, as always, running late, but I mean, I really don't mind because I think these presentations are really interesting. Next up, we have Paste B, and this is by One Up Digital. I think it's Pete Nicholas, someone we know to be very loosely affiliated with the Swarm. But Pete, it's always nice to see you.
Good to see you guys too.
Yes, Pete from the UK, if I'm not mistaken.
Absolutely.
Please go ahead, do your thing.
Thanks very much. So I will share my screen and then you guys can see what's going on. So this is PasteB. PasteB is sort of like an attempt to produce a production grade kind of utility, simple utility app built on Swarm, kind of getting in there at the kind of minimum viable product kind of stage and building it up from there. So the idea is a clone of Pastebin, which I'm guessing you guys have all used. The idea is that it's just the simplest way of being able to share a piece of text with someone else. Except that in this case, obviously with Pastebin, it's susceptible to all of the current issues with Web 2 infrastructure and could easily be taken down. It's all centralized, whereas it's obviously it's built on Swarm in a decentralized way. So this becomes sort of unstoppable, uncensorable way of being able to transmit data. So that's where we're coming to this from. Yes, I'll take you through it. So the idea is that you can any text into this text box here, quickly hit the paste button, it uploads to Swarm, and then there's a link that you can share and copy and share with anyone. There you go, and then that person can edit it and send it back to you. It's all mobile friendly. It's all been built beautifully. The idea is that it's got quite a nice user experience as well on top of it all. If you're looking for more information, there's this neat little pop-up here. So I'll demo editing the information. Paste it again, copy the link. And there we go, there's the edited copy available for you. Like I say, it's a pretty simple implementation of where we're at. There's a roadmap from here on in, so there's a few obvious things that are missing here. Code highlighting is the first one that we'd like to get in here. Pastebin is traditionally used as a way of people being able to copy and share code, and it would be really good to be able to support that within PasteB as well. I'd like to get text formatting in here so people could start writing markdown documents. And then the other thing, which is very obvious, is the ability for people to be able to collaborate on a document at the same time using the PasteB system. So that's where we're at. It's available on Swarm Gateway, but it's also available on the traditional Web 2 as well. I'll drop some links into the chat so you guys can have a play with it and hopefully use it. It's production ready, so go ahead.
Well, that was a lovely demo. It's yeah, Pete, that was amazing. I also love how you say traditional Web 2.0. If you know, you're from Europe too, so normally if we call something traditional, it's been around for at least like 300 years. But
it feels like that sometimes.
That's really cool. Like the jury is shouting how much they like this, and there's like one question: can we have this encrypted?
Yeah, I'm sure we can. Absolutely.
Yeah, if you could do this with like some PGP, kind of with some keys or anything, that would be really cool. Okay, this is a question. It's maybe not really about your project or solution, but the question from the jury is: what was the biggest difficulty which you faced developing PasteB, and how did you solve it?
Well, I guess I'm lucky in a way. I'm standing on the shoulders of giants here, right? Obviously, Dan is very close to your project, so the integration with Swarm was easy with his expert guidance.
I see. Yes, we all know his giant beard that you're mentioning. Which library? Another question is: which library did you use to do this?
Which library did we use?
Yeah, library, meaning how do you interact with the B client or with the gateway?
So it's just HTTP requests using the Axios.
Axios, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, and yeah, I already asked this question. Can you encrypt the shared links?
Yeah, let's get it onto the.
Basically, these are not even questions from the jury. They are by now they are doing feature requests. So tell them to create a GitHub issue on your repo.
Well,
Okay.
like I say, let's get this into production as soon as we can, right? This this is a useful, hopefully a useful utility that everyone can use.
It is tremendously fun, and also the design is like spot on, if you ask me. Anyway, I'm not in the jury, so I can tell you, like, I'm very enthusiastic about this, and it's just lovely. I would love to use this. Thank you so much, Pete, also for your short. And one question, another question: what is the size limitation? They probably mean like in bytes.
I mean, we haven't stress tested it at this point, really. The majority of my effort on this week has been tidying up the edge cases and making it look pretty. So let's all work together to see how far we can push it.
Yes, that's perfect. Thank you so much, Pete. We will see you tonight at the closing ceremony, I hope. Always fun seeing you. Thank you, Pete, and see you soon.
All right, no worries. See you soon. Bye-bye.
Yes, how lovely. Peace be. Next up, we have Zahur. It's all friends here today, as you can see. And Zahur is going to show us. Oh, Zahur, why are you looking so cool? Well, you're still looking cool without sunglasses, don't get me wrong. Zahur, you will show us OpenStreetMap's visualization. So please go ahead, do your thing.
Hey, hi, everybody. Okay, a small disclaimer. I'm not a UI person, so I have used a lot of tricks to go around, make sure that to do very less coding on the UI side. So the intention of the project is to, okay, so in the beginning of the week, I showed that you could push OSM data into a pod and you could access the data, the raw data, right? I mean, you could actually access all the nodes, ways and relations and things like that. But what mostly the user feel is that is they would usually need some sort of tile server, which can, give me the tiles. If I ask it, what is the zoom level in X and Y and all these locations, it should just give me some tiles and I should be able to do some work on that. One very simple way is to already create a PNG and just deliver the PNG. Another way is to have like a, what do you call an MB-tiles PVB file, which is protocol buffer compressed file, and then send that to the client, and the client uses some sort of library like leaflet or something like that to actually create the PNG and then they deliver it, right? So I have taken the later approach wherein the spread is on both these sides. So client has to do some work and the server, in our case, FairOS will do some work. So what I did, let me share the screen. Oh, I was pressing leave meeting. Share the screen, yes. So yeah, so I am running a Swarm and I hope you see my screen. I'm also running a FairOS server. So this is a FairOS client. And you can see that I have a pod and user, no file in that. Don't worry about this. This is just printing my cookie so that I could just copy paste and put it in my UI. But there are some databases. I have imported the Geneva file and few of the very base level global files. And I'm going to show you how it is working. So I have created a simple HTML file. It uses leaflet. It is an example of leaflet. So I didn't do much of that. It's exactly same thing. I just changed the location to point to my FairOS, which is running in 1990. So you have to give a key value entry, and then the table name, and then the ZXY, which is the zoom level and XY of the tile. And this is an obligatory. I mean, I didn't know how to send the cookie information in a GET request in JavaScript, so I just didn't bother to. I just added the cookie here, so it's like an access token, you can say. So this will go, and this will get actually called here in the vector grid protobuf. So as and when you do it, it will use this one and replace the ZXY and call this particular API, and it will show the map tiles. Let's just jump into this. I have put this map file in Swarm just to say that this is just one simple HTML. So the data is in Swarm. The front end is in Swarm. Everything is in Swarm, only the browser. Okay, so this is like really decentralized. So yeah, so if you just go to this is nothing but just the HTML. If you look at the source, the same HTML that I showed to you, which uses my localhost 1990, where I'm running FairOS. Okay, so if you click it, it will just bring up the tiles from the local host. There is, yeah, let me just show you the network just to make sure that this is not going anywhere else. So I just inserted the tiles in a wrong order. So this row has to come down. So it's all the same. It just delivers the tiles, right? So what you want to do is you want to go to a place where you have inserted something, which is Geneva. So you could see that everything is going to localhost ventry, or I don't know how to increase the font of this. Yes. And you could see that this is going to the local host indeed. So this is not some extra stuff that is pulled from outside. So as I said, I have imported only for Geneva, and the very high level zoom of the planet. And you could, okay, as soon as you reach this area, it just, I don't have any other data. I just have, for this zoom level, I have only Geneva here. So that's why you're seeing only Geneva here. So this is the Geneva tile. This tile gets rendered for multiple zoom levels. You can go down. This is I think the most granular zoom I have. Yes. So yeah, again, you could see that I have misplaced the rows up and down. So it's just not in the order, but it's the tiles that is generated by me. And if you go one more beyond this, I don't have anything on this zoom level. So you don't see any data, right? If you come back to the zoom level, you will see the data, just to show that this is coming from my FairOS. So you could see that this is being accessed, the Geneva index is being accessed here. So let me just user logout, just to make sure that this data is not delivered now. So now if you go back, you don't get any data, right? So the response is 500 internal server error. Since you don't have the data, it's not being shown. So this says that it is coming from FairOS, which means it is coming from Swarm, because FairOS doesn't have a storage engine. And this HTML is also stored in Swarm. So everything is decentralized. Now it's like 100% decentralized. From the browser to peer-to-peer system. As always, you can actually connect to any FairOS, which connects to any Swarm node. So you have the option of switching to multiple map providers. So let's say that I am a map provider for Asia Pacific region. So I create these maps and put it in my pod, and I make the pod public, and so whoever wants to access Asia Pacific or anything like that can actually come to my maps and they can use my services. And the people can actually fork from this, right? Which is a super duper, like concept. You can fork the data. That means you take the data from somebody else. Let's say I give the basic vector tiles, and somebody else takes this basic vector tiles from my public pod and can on the fly convert this basic tiles and add stylings and all these things and expose those tiles to outside world. And you could do a lot of modifications like that. So this will lead to different data providers, and this will lead to different place that you can go and get the data from. It's not that you should always host the entire planet, but you could also choose to say, let's say, okay, I maintain Asia, you maintain Europe, or you maintain some other countries, and it can be a joint effort like that. So this is how we want to push, the data sharing economy, right? It's not for free, right? I mean, anybody who actually shares this data, people will start using the data, and once they use it, by default, their Swarm instance will get paid, and because people just download the data from you, and you are not downloading from them, you will get a lot of checks which you can actually go and cash, and you can earn money. So this is the basic stuff. I'm planning to go Planet OSM and different kinds of styles and all these things, experiment in coming weeks, and add this to document database so that you get OpenStreetMap style interface where you can search for a city and then go there to the center of the city, and then all the map tiles get loaded there and all this stuff.
That's awesome, Zahor. I'm gonna sort of interrupt you here. I think you definitely made your point. I love listening to you, don't get me wrong, but you are in a hackathon presentation, and so we have to basically close it up here. Zahor, one question. I think basically the jury is trolling me by now, but they are asking, do you expect that every user runs its own FairOS DFS instance?
It is his choice, right? Like we say for Swarm, do every user have to run Swarm? He can run his own instance of Swarm, but initially, people will actually depend a lot on gateway, something like how Infura is giving, right? So initially, I think that people will fall back to free gateways, but over the time, we want everybody to run their own Fair node. In fact, I'm going to create a Docker node which runs B and FairOS together, right? So then you just instantiate that particular Docker, and you have access to everything.
That's amazing, Zahor. Thank you so much. We will see each other in a few hours at 8. That is in like 3 hours time, approximately. We will have the closing ceremony, and I hope to see you there. Yeah? All right, bye-bye, Zahor. And now these were the participants for the hackathon. We are through the list. Of course, we're running totally over time, but I think that's okay. So now we are going to reveal the jury. So I have been reading in a Telegram group all the time while the participants were presenting, And so now one by one, I repeat, one by one, I will ask the jury members to reveal themselves. We will start with Kevin. Kevin, are you there?
I am here.
Okay, awesome. This is unexpected. Hello, Kevin. This is Kevin Monahan. So and his lovely daughter. Yes. Hi. So Kevin, how are you doing? And can you please quickly introduce yourself?
I'm great. I'm Kevin Monahan. I helped build a few of the initial wallet projects on Ethereum. I am now working on a decentralized finance app. And yeah, I hang out with these guys a lot when I can. Yeah, I love Swarm, and I've been hanging out around Swarm for the past few years, and it's been fun to watch everything grow.
Yes, isn't it? So, Kevin, maybe your first feedback. What was the? If I can do this, I mean, why not, right? This is not like an official sort of game or contest or anything. What was the? What did you see in the presentation where you felt like, oh yes, this is something?
Well, I mean, the markdown, like the copy, the share ability, the B, whatever, pen B. Yeah, that one is honestly something that I think all of us that were sitting in this chat were like, this is a cool project. This is something we'll use. Obviously, there's like a few things, like I was the one that kept asking about the encryption on the links because it's something that it's like a use case that I personally would use it for right away. I liked Conan and the dApplets one. So Pete, Dimitri, today, I mean, there's a bunch of good projects. They all have good use cases already. It's mostly, I mean, it's mostly getting them to the point of Pete's that we can basically just share them and use them. These things are, really cool.
Okay, Kevin, please mute yourself so I can introduce the next jury member. You can leave your camera on. It's fun to see you in this very family sort of environment. Let's go to Aaron. Aaron, are you there? Yes, there you are, my friend. How are you doing?
Doing good. I'm doing good.
Yes. Can you maybe quickly introduce yourself?
My name is Aaron. I used to work a lot with the Swarm team and with Colony. These days, I'm still working with Colony and my own private project, which involves making mathematical animations.
Okay, awesome. Your microphone is not really well. It seems you're sounding with a lot of reverb. What is this something you can? We'll just go. Is it okay? We'll just go to the next jury member. I'll come back to you with the question. What did you like the most? Next up, we can maybe go to Jay. Jay, are you here? Jay Harrell.
Hello.
Hello.
It's not starting my video. Not sure why.
Oh, you don't. You do want to start your video, or are you unable to?
Well, I'm trying to, but it's not.
Oh, okay.
It's not working.
Okay, Gasper, did we maybe block Jay to show her video? Hey, there you are.
There we go.
Yeah, now I see.
Yeah. So my name is Jay, and I have been following the Swarm project for a long time, since it was originally announced, and it's in various iterations. So it's really exciting to get to this point. I'm back in Vancouver, and I'm still currently working with QuantStamp, doing communications.
Awesome. And at what point in the presentation of the participants did you think like, oh, this is something?
So I think the last one, it was really cool being able to see live maps viewing, but I think the pace speed is exceptional, just because it's so quick and easy that like it really reminds people that Swarm is here and Swarm's actually working, and it's a touch point that people can use, and I think that's really important for larger downstream issues like getting people to run nodes and that sort of thing.
Awesome, thank you so much. It's wonderful you are here, because I know the time zone difference is it's like it's horrible for you. It's like really early in the morning. I know it's early in the morning for Kevin as well, but you know he has a baby, so you know, he's up anyhow. So
No, happy to join.
let's
Great seeing you.
invite MP to quickly introduce herself. MP, are you there?
Hello. Yeah, I'm here. I just have to start my video, so maybe Gregor, you can help me. Thank you.
So yes, there you go.
Can you see me? Can you hear me?
Both.
I don't know if I'm on. I don't know if I'm online.
You are online.
I am.
Yes,
Cool.
you are online. You are being live streamed on Twitter and on YouTube, and I don't know where else.
Oh wow, I'm really online then. Okay, I didn't expect that for a Sunday. So I'm Maria Paula, or MP. I'm Argentinian, but I live in Berlin, where I'm currently. I'm in proper lockdown, and I work as advisor to the board of directors at Golem, and I'm the founder of the Department of Decentralization and ETH Berlin. So I've been in the space for quite a while. Yeah, that's me, and I'm really excited. I saw some really cool projects, some really familiar faces. I've seen Dimitri in so many hackathons, and of course the judges, I know most of them. One of my favorite projects was OpenStreetMaps. It reminded me of another very cool project in Ethereum, which was a little bit too complex for my taste, but very necessary use case, which was foam. So OpenStreetMaps visualization is fully decentralized, which is absolutely cool. It's forkable for more freedom. It empowers map providers. So it has a lot of components that I absolutely love. So yeah, I love that one. And of course, SpaceBee was also one of my favorites, as Kevin and Jay.
Okay, thank you so much, MP. Yeah, we will see a lot more of you tonight in the. I mean, I don't want to oversell this. It's just going to be another video call. It seems like we're going to have like a huge party, but you know it's just going to be a Zoom call. Wojtek, are you there?
Yes, I am. Hello.
Hello, Wojtek. Can you quickly introduce yourself and you know, and then while you're at it, tell me what kind of project or what project you like the most?
Sure, of course. So I'm Wojtek. I came into this space, into Ethereum, thanks to humanitarian hackathon, where I very often found out that actually a problem in the world is a centralization. So we started Giveth. Then I joined Blockchain for Humanity, RSK and Riff, and now I'm working with the Swarm team on building the BJS and the JavaScript part of Swarm. And I think one of my favorite projects was actually the MDB, because I found that as something that dApp developers will need and might actually struggle right now with. So this could be very useful for that.
Okay, cool. Today, Wojtek, I'm sorry I said today because I was looking at my screen for some reason. Wojtek, you will join our ceremony at 8 tonight, I guess. There will also, I think we'll also be able to go back to Gathertown to just hang out and, you know, have a drink there together. So, Wojtek, let's invite Hudson Jameson. Hudson, are you here?
Yes, I'm here. My video's not loading though. I think I need the permissions.
Oh God,
yay, here we go. We got it. Hello. I am Hudson. I work in the Ethereum space at the Ethereum Foundation and with Ethereum cat herders, and in the Zcash space with the Zcash ZOMG grants program. And I'm excited to be here.
So at what point did you think in the presentations like, hey, this is a Sunday afternoon well spent?
Well, they were all great presentations, but the one that really I'm less technical now than I used to be. So the one that I got familiar with during the presentations was the Swarm downloader and attachments on the dApps platform with the dApps plugin. And because on YouTube you can basically hijack a whole service or kinda to use it for Swarm instead of a centralized service. So it's like, if you want the alternative, you can do that. And if the videos get taken down, they can't get taken down. So that's kind of neat. That's the one I liked a lot.
All right, it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be quite an exciting vote later on because you all seem to have your own favorites, but they're not the same. So I wonder how that will work out. Thank you so much, Hudson, for your time and being here. It's always fun seeing you and talking to you. Okay, Gabriel, are you here? Gabriel.
Yes, I'm here.
I'm not gonna pronounce it like American style. It's your name is too nice.
If you want, I can turn my camera on. But,
that would be lovely. Yes, I really want that.
Yes, apologies for everyone because I'm at the beach. I know this is very mean for all of you in winter. But again, I cannot imagine any other better form to spend my Sunday at the beach than listening to these amazing projects. So congratulations to everyone. I personally
wait, Gabriel, wait, before you have to introduce yourself. You have to say like, I'm Gabriel and I'm working with blah blah blah,
yes, sorry. So I'm an economist. I don't have a technical background. I am co-founder of RSK, the RSK infrastructure project, also blockchain for humanity and Bitcoin Neta and other crazy projects around the world. I've been in the space for 7 years now, and I'm a big fan of Swarm and what you guys are doing as a community on decentralized storage. I personally would pick as number one the PasteB, and I also really like the YouTube Guerrilla one. I think it's a good way to take over the system. And then there's a third position, I would say the OpenStreetMaps. But congratulations to all, and many of you know, as part of IOV Labs, we acquired Taringa, which is a 12 million active users per month social network in Spanish. And we're desperate to give them access to blockchain technology and decentralized storage. So I'm sure we're going to be doing many things within the Taringa open community and the Swarm ecosystem. Looking forward to that.
Thank you so much, Gabriel, and you definitely make me jealous and wish I was there with you. God damn it, that looks so lovely. If you're in Antwerp in the freezing cold, this looks really, really good.
Sorry.
Anyway, so Gabriel, thank you so very much. Who else is here? Oh my God, there's like more jury members than actual participants in the hackathon. Isn't this great? Who else do we have? Gregor. Gregor, why aren't you here? Gregor?
Hi, everybody. Hi, hello.
So, Gregor, I don't know if it's necessary, but do introduce yourself shortly, just for the sake of it.
Well, I'm Gregor, part of Swarm team, and really excited to be here. It's I really enjoyed the demos. We are missing Rinke still, also.
Yes, I will. I saved it best for last.
Yeah. So. For me, it's impossible to say like which ones I prefer. I think it's like they all.
Well, you have to because you're a member of the
for themselves. Yeah, so
it's literally your task.
For me, everybody is a winner. I haven't decided yet.
Okay. Well, okay. Let's. I think maybe we can make everyone a winner, like quite literally.
Because it's so on such different layers. It's in a way, it feels to me like I need to compare a fish to a frog.
So how would you go about comparing a fish to a frog?
And I like the whole jungle. So it's...
I would suggest first eat the fish, then lick the frog, because otherwise you will get very hungry during your trip.
Is that vegan friendly? Maybe licking the frog is.
Yes, don't lick the fish. Anyway, can we please continue because this is going nowhere, I think. So, Rinke, are you here? Rinke, calling Holland. Oh, Rinke, you're like extremely quiet. I mean, silent. How do you say that? Your volume is extremely low.
There's always troubles with Zoom. But
Which is sometimes it's a good thing with Dutch people, but in this case, I really want to hear you.
You really don't hear me?
Yeah, a little bit, but it's quite silent. But maybe you can just
hear you a tiny bit.
Yes, you have a tiny voice.
I think think I see here the input volume slider, and then I cannot adjust it.
It sounds to me like a different mic is picking up. So maybe you can select different mic if you check the arrow next to the on the mute button.
It's like a microphone in the next room, so that's weird.
No.
Well, I will I will just
I will shout. I will talk very loud. Maybe that's good
go
like
very
this,
loud.
right?
Pretend you're talking to your old grandfather.
Yeah, I mean, so, well, who am I? Like, I'm Rinke, and I'm working with the Swarm as a product owner, with B in particular. And, you know, you can imagine that B is like super low level, but I'm so excited to see all these projects working on here, because to me, it really feels now that it's getting real. You know, like, even though a command line application in a sense is also real, but if you look at the amount of work that goes into developing B and how great it in the end looks, like it's not compared to like all these projects who've been working 1 week and it just looks amazing. So this was like what I got from this hackathon, and I'm so excited that this could be built in 1 week. It means that we are getting ready, and that's like amazing. Yeah.
Yes, I would even say, not to sound too critical, but if this can be built in 1 week, like, we should definitely be able to build feeds in 1 week, right, Rin? I'm just joking around. Anyhow, so yes, this is Rinke. So you didn't really have a favorite?
Well, I mean, my favorite, I think, was the one from OneUp, the paste B, but that's purely because I'm looking forward to start using it already next week. On the other side, I also really liked the Fairtube, because the Fairtube, I like this kind of guerrilla tactics which they use to kind of leech on top of YouTube. But then again, you know, it was just great because I could see it, but I also know that the one from Ethereum maybe didn't look that great, but this is again the same problem that we have with B. It's really backend. So even though it might not look that great, I know how much effort goes into making it. And I also see what Wojtek sees, that kind of like this MongoDB on top of Swarm is a huge enabler for a lot of other applications. So
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Most okay, Rinke, thank you so much. It is now 5:39. You guys have until 8 in the evening to vote on your favorites, or like at least make your top 3. We will coordinate this in the Telegram channel. So for now, I think this is the end of our daytime programming, and we will be back at 8, same channel, the same Zoom links, and maybe we can, I don't know, hang out in GatherTown. We will be talking more in the Telegram group, which is the B Support Telegram group. And yes, the jury is now dismissed. You can go and vote. And I'm very, very, very curious.
Michelle.
Yes, I would. Please, I was doing my end, like, you know.
I know. I just couldn't resist to not interrupt you.
Let's go ahead.
Yeah, but there are more projects that didn't present.
Yeah, that's true. Yes. Would you like to go over?
No, I thought about your stuff.
my stuff, okay.
Yeah, you were also developing on the hackathon, you know.
Yes, I was also developing during the hackathon. That's true. Yes.
Some pretty cool stuff I saw.
Well, thank you. Yes.
But okay.
Yes, I'll just quickly mention it, because otherwise it's supposed to be silly. Thank you, Gregor. So I am working on Insta Swarm, which is basically an Instagram clone on top of Swarm, which is interesting because it's like really hard to do everything front end basically, but it's like fun to discover. And also one thing I would love to integrate in the Daplet thing is that I've been working on a magnet link to Swarm upload Node.js script. It's like an easy thing, but it's fun because you can just upload magnets to Swarm. So yes, I didn't feel like presenting it because it's weird to have more than one role, I think. See,
but I'm happy you shared it now, and that's all I wanted. Thank you.
Okay, so Gregor, thank you very much. We will all see you in a couple of hours at 8 Central European time. We will be back. For now, I say goodbye to you all. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. See you later.